Hey guys, Chrisspy here. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be an in-depth tutorial on this makeup look. This is like my go-to full glam moment that I've been loving lately. And I have a couple techniques in here that I've changed, definitely new stuff that I want to share with you guys. Before we jump into the tutorial, I wanted to remind you guys to make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you turn on post notifications so that you don't miss when I upload a new video. And let's get started. Okay, let's start with the Skin Tune Blur from Farce. Like, I don't get how people like drip it down their face. Oh. I feel like this one just does such a bomb job of smoothing the skin. I attempted a surgery here. That's why that mark is there. Do you ever watch some people's makeup tutorials and they look like things make sense the entire time? I don't even need to say this, but you guys already know that doesn't happen here on this channel. I look like busted and crazy until I'm about like 95% of the way done, and then all of a sudden it comes together, but it's so necessary. Okay, so this Juvia's Place foundation, I love it. This is like the most heavy duty foundation I've ever worn. I'm using it in the shade 530 Ibiza. Okay, I'm putting it directly on the beauty blender. Oh my god, oh, that was painful. And like a little, actually it doesn't look too dark for my skin right now, but I do want to be tanner than I actually am. What was I just gonna say? Okay, yeah, it is definitely a lot darker, but you gotta do it sometimes. Do you guys, am I the only one who does that? Now I feel like I'm like that Kylie Jenner meme with the hand and the face. It's definitely me right now. So we're going out for Kristen Dominique's birthday party tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna wear yet. Oh, whoops, it cut out while I was doing my forehead. Just kidding, I actually cut the camera because I had to slide my wig back while I was applying my bronzer helmet. All right, so yeah, I did, admittedly, you guys. I applied my bronzer and then glued my wig down in the bathroom. So you can see like the lace is okay. I messed up a little bit, but I'm like, leave it. But you can see it's like a little bit light on there. So I might put a little bit of powder, but I don't know, it's like kind of risky. We're gonna worry about that later. Okay, so what I'm using to bronze with is this Monica Dar. This is the same under eye powder that I use, except in a darker shade. This is C6. This is very similar to like a Studio Fix powder. So I know a lot of makeup artists like to bronze and contour with Studio Fix powders just because like it's so pigmented, and I feel like it looks really smooth. And I actually forgot about this powder because I'll use a lot of bronzers too. Anyways, so we're gonna bronze with this. What is this bump on my face? Is that a breakout? My goodness. Dude, I like doing this contouring technique where I go underneath and then down as opposed to like pulling the line here and then shading up. But it's very risky. It doesn't always look right. Basically, I'm gonna pause on that bronzer real quick. So I'm gonna just like mix these ones. I'm going to take the contour powder and kind of do, you know what? This is creasing here. Okay, that's looking real rough, and I couldn't even talk while I was doing that, but basically I'm gonna use the contour powder to do kind of an outline, and then we'll go in and warm it up with bronzer, but I definitely wanted the cooler tone of the contour in there. Oh yeah, you guys, I have to be honest, this is the closest I've ever been to doing a video in Spanish. Like, I'm really working up the courage, and I'm just like, you know what, you're gonna do it, and you're gonna make hella mistakes because you're just, you know, that's how your Spanish is, and guess what, it's like, that's what it's gonna be. All right, so this looks stupid, but I think I can save it. Okay, so yeah, I'm like, I drew the line on there, but I'm also kind of diffusing it. I don't want it to be super hard. All right, listen, I'm just all over the place right now, but I'm gonna take a little bit of this bronzer powder. That was too much. And put it in the lace. Just blend it a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna leave that. Let's go back in with this bronzing powder. This is, again, this D6 powder from Monica Dar. Come here. You guys, look who came to say hi. Look, I kiss her paw. Oh, no. It's okay, Chemlin. You can do no wrong. Oh, no. So I'm just gonna go over this. Okay, I am going to add a little bit of bronzer over the nose as well, over the bridge. I like to take my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and I just like to pat a very thin layer on quickly and then wipe it off. And like over where my foundation does crease. I'm really gonna make sure that it gets in there. This is what I mean, like some people's setting powder is like very like presentable, and mine looks like this. Now you're gonna want to take a brush and just dust it all off. Okay, so at this point in my makeup, now I like to do my brows. I've been like really exaggerated with my brows lately, and I really like the way it looks. I mean, my brows are so sparse here anyways, it's like really easy for me to, like, you guys are gonna see, just draw them like up and out. So this is precisely my brow pencil in 4.5, which typically I would think would be really dark, but it's actually not, because I feel like depending on how much pressure you're using is how dark it gets. Basically, like, my arch is right here, and I'm totally gonna like lie and just put it out there because that's what I'm feeling at the moment. Okay, there you go. You see how I've like totally manipulated my brows into just being a whole new girl. Okay, so over here in the tail, first I'm gonna fill it in with light pressure just so it's filled in. Then I'm going to take the pencil and try and add some hair strokes so there's some texture, so it just doesn't look like just skin, like I just drew it on, which is exactly what I did. So now I'm going to take some tinted brow gel. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Pomade brow gel, tinted brow gel. This is in blonde, and I'm going to comb the hair in the front of the brow to help groom them, and then help kind of blend them in with the fake brow I did over there. So now I'm going to take some concealer. This is the Oma Beauty Stay Woke Concealer in Fair Lady T2. And I'm gonna carve the underside of the brow. Okay, there we go. An hour later, we got one brow done. So for the eyeshadow, I am going to be using the Latte 2 palette from Dominique Cosmetics. Shout out Chris and Dominique. I really love this palette. I also love the original Latte palette. This one is really, really bomb. I'm just like, eyeshadow is my favorite part in the makeup process because I just love it. Okay, first I'm going to take this shade called Blonde Roast, and I'm going to dust this into the upper crease area, and also along the eye socket towards the inner corner of the eye. So now I'm gonna drag it out in accordance with the brow. Next, we're gonna go in with the shade Cafecito, and we're gonna put this in the crease. So if you guys notice, this is only the second time I'm dipping the brush. These eyeshadows are very high quality, so a little bit goes a long way. I don't want to completely cover that yellow eyeshadow, so I just want it to blend up into it. So I'm concentrating most of this color down towards the bottom and then just diffusing it upwards. It's a little bit low there. I meant to keep it higher, but when I put on my wing, it's gonna cover it. You see over here, there's like some skipping. I'm actually gonna go back in with the brush that we used to apply Blonde Roast, and I'm just gonna buff it with that. And this is what I always do when I'm doing shadow. I have I keep the same brush. I use the same brush that we applied like the transition shade with. I keep it on hand and I kind of alternate between these two and use this guy whenever it needs some blending. So I want to deepen it just a little bit towards the inside of the eye, but not too much. I like to keep it most of the volume on the outside of the eye to really talk with my hands to really lift the eyes. I'm like basically using like the very edge of this brush right now for this step. I don't like how that did. It's okay, we're just diffusing. I'm gonna dip the brush in Blonde Roast again. We're just going to blend this out here. So at this point, before I do the lid, I like to add my under eye. I broke the powder that I normally use, so I'm going to be using my Studio. Oh my God, I'm parched. I'm glad we're doing this. I'm going to use my Studio Fix NC20 powder. And that's right, y'all. This one does make me look a little, gets a little bit wrinkly at the end of the night, but I'm like, I have no other options. I just love, oh wait, is this gonna, no, it's fine. I just love how like bright and matte it is. Listen, like there's nothing nuanced here on my channel. Like I love dramatic makeup, very drag inspired. And that's it. And you know, you're supposed to do what you like in makeup. Like don't do what everybody else likes. Good product. And then also what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the small side of this brush. You guys, this brush is ancient. Like I don't even want to attempt to figure out how long I've had it, but I absolutely love this brush. And if I ever lost it, I would be so lost. My God. Anyways, this was like a brush from like CVS and it's anyway, so I'm going to take the small side of it. And I'm like fairly certain that they don't make it anymore because I actually tried to find it like years ago when it was already long gone. Anyway, so I'm gonna take the small side and I'm just gonna kind of carve out the inside of this eye socket area where I put the shadow a little bit higher. Because when I do my lid, you guys will see I keep the shimmer down here and keep that just looking just like skin, and I feel like it looks really clean. All right, and then also I just always do it while we're here. I'll highlight down the center of the nose. Okay, and then we'll come back to the nose contour. Let's finish the eyes. Next, I'm going to take Frappe and put it all over the lid. Okay, so the next step is to do the wing. I have here my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid liner. This is a very good liner. I have a scar right here, so I always have to kind of compensate over there as well. I'm just gonna make it a little bit thicker. Well, that's what it's gonna be now. That is so long, sweetie. This is MAC Graph Black, and we're gonna be like really generous with it. I'm basically just like connecting it to the wing out here. And we're going to take it all the way over to the inner corner, but I'm not gonna extend it any further in, but I am gonna drag it down. Okay, so before we add shadow, we're actually just gonna smoke it out as is, and that way it's nice and smooth and it's a good base for the shadow to go over. Okay, so this is just a clean flat brush, and I'm just gonna blend this really lightly. Okay, so now I'm going to take another flat brush, and let's take, what happened? Let's take Cafecito, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of lightly pack it on top of what we just diffused. So I kind of covered a little bit of the liner with the shadow over there. I might go back in with the liner just to deepen that. And then while we're here, just to balance things out, I always actually do this at the end for like the cut crease part. I'm gonna take coffee beans, which is just a slightly darker, slightly cooler brown, just on the outside of the eye. For our lashes, we are going to take a pair of Baddie B lashes. We're gonna take the style Baddie. I've worn them once before, so they're already perfectly shaped to my eye. All right, so I did apply actually 2 coats of glue because we are going to be applying the lashes in kind of a crazy way, I guess. And then I let the glue get tacky. So I didn't trim these at all, and normally I trim my lashes a lot, but since we're gonna place these on the outside of the eye, I didn't trim them. So I want to attach my lashes where they normally sit on the inside of the eye. I didn't like that. We're gonna redo that. Okay, and then for out here, oh my gosh, no, stick it in my lash. We're gonna go like up and out. Okay. And then I'm not worried about the liner. Like I can fix that just as long as the lashes are on there, secure and like in the right spot. The only thing that's tricky with applying the lashes out past your eye is that sometimes they go down and then it gives you the opposite of the effect that you want. You want them like lifted and elongated. I actually curled the end of these lashes with this little lash curler, so I think that helps make them stick straight up. I'm sorry, this is a half lash curler. I think if you look it up, that's what you'll find. Dang, I can't remember the brand. Okay, now I take my mascara, and I especially want to put mascara on the outside corner to blend it with the false lashes. All right, so now what I'm not looking forward to is I need to touch up the top liner from the lashes because it's all crazy. Okay, so we're going to finish the face and then we'll be all done. but I'm kind of feeling like it might be a little bit too much black on the under eye. I'm gonna add the lip and contour and see how it's all working, but if anything, I might bring that up a bit. Okay, let's contour the nose. I'm going to take my IBY Beauty contour palette. And the reason why I'm smiling is because it is so used and abused. And then my Luxie 182 brush. This is the JD Wadey 180 brush. I like to start at the tip of the nose really lightly. And then, so I go straight across on the tip of the nose, and then I kind of diffuse it upwards, like where like a real shadow would be, with the slightly bigger side of the brush. And then I'm just gonna go straight across underneath. I actually don't bring the shading all the way down. I find when I do that, it kind of elongates this part of my nose, and it's just not the business. So we're gonna use the edge to apply the shadow right there at the top. Next, let's do the sides of the nose. So just like super lightly. Gonna bring this over. And I'm just really using the edge of the brush. And then I'll like pull it down a little bit on the sides. Okay, I'm gonna go back down the center of the nose with my concealer brush to try and straighten it out. I feel like it looks crazy. I'm just gonna take my bronzer brush and just blend it out a bit. Okay, and I'm also gonna take this, and this is the NC20 powder. And I'm gonna take this in a little bit right here. Okay, let's add some highlight. This is the Ofra All of the Lights highlighter palette. And then I also want to add some to the tear duct areas of the eyes. Alright, next let's add some pink blush. Let's take Milk Cosmetics Body Blush, B-A-W-D-Y, Bowdy. I decided, yeah, these under eyes are too dark for me. So I'm gonna take my Studio Fix powder, my concealer brush, and I'm basically just gonna bring that up. I'm going to add just a touch of shadow right there to bring some warmness back. Before we do the lips, let's add some Fix Plus. I feel like on camera it looks really great, but I'm looking like a little cakey out there in the real world. Let's take some Cork lip liner from MAC. This has been my new favorite lately. Okay, next I'm going to take MAC Creme de Nude lipstick. This is my new, oh my goodness. This is my new favorite nude. I like it better than Myth. What a traitor. You gotta glow up though, you know? Wait, is this Creme de Nude? Yeah. So I'm taking it up to where the liner is. I'm gonna take this gloss from Artist Couture. Alright, you guys, we are all done with Glam. I need to go figure out what I'm gonna wear tonight, but I'm really happy with my makeup. It's definitely like full glam, but it's like, that's like my you know. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you learned something new. Leave me a comment down below, thumbs up, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all of that good stuff, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.